Hello, everybody. Adam Parks here with another episode of Receivables Roundtable. Today is a special episode with a special announcement about Latitude by Genesys and TEC Services Group forming a partnership. And I'm very excited because I get the opportunity to work with these guys quite often. And now the opportunity to spend more time working with TEC is a very exciting opportunity, such tech-forward thinking organizations. But for anybody who's not familiar with my two guests today, I have Cris from Latitude and Jon coming to us from TEC Services. Let's start with a little bit of background information, guys. Cris, can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you got to the seat that you're in today?
Yeah, sure thing, Adam. Thanks for having us. I first got started in the collections business working for Soundbite Communications. Some of you out there listening may have been a customer, an early outbound provider. I started working for those guys 2003 and through 2013, at which point Soundbite was acquired by Genesys. And I left working that aspect of the business and started moving into the other lines of the business within Genesys. Around 2016, Genesys bought Interactive Intelligence, which was the owner of Latitude. And it became Latitude by Genesys. And there was not a lot of collections experience overall in Genesys, so they were looking for somebody to kind of come in there and run that line of business. So I joined in 2018 and haven't looked back since. I'm still part of the team and really enjoying it.
Absolutely, and Latitude is a great system of record platform, and so many of my friends and clients and colleagues use it, which is how you and I met to begin with. Now, from the other side, from the technical aspect here, Jon, can you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and how you got to the seat you're in today?
Yeah, Adam, thank you for having me. So I started in the collection space with Columbia Ultimate, which was a system provider back before they were part of the FinVi platform, and started off working in the third-party space selling to collection agencies. I spent the better part of a decade working with Columbia Ultimate and left the company about the time the Ontario acquisition happened. And because I had worked so closely with some of the enterprise clients in our space, I had met the folks over at TEC Services Group and worked with them on many projects together. And when the opportunity arose to come on board, I jumped at it. I've been serving as Vice President of Sales and Marketing over here for the better part of 4 years. And love working with enterprise companies, agencies to put together solutions, and that's what brings us here today. We're excited to be here, and couldn't think of a better partner than Latitude to partner up with.
Well, it's very exciting, and I think being able to look at the system of record is kind of the that cornerstone piece, right? That corner edge of the puzzle, and you're spending all your time helping people put the rest of the puzzle together is really interesting. Can you guys tell me a little bit about what this new partnership means between Latitude and TEC?
Yeah, maybe I can start with just giving an overview of where TEC kind of thought about this as part of the puzzle, as you were mentioning, Adam, and then I'll turn it over to Cris to talk about the relationship and where we're at. So TEC has been providing industry solutions for 27 years. We've been working with agencies to organize their IT departments to help solution different problems, and some of our industry's leading problems are kind of, companies lean on us to help them with it. So this is just the next iteration of our company. TEC Solutions was aimed to bring industry-leading platforms and service providers together. So we view the platform as the corner piece of most agencies and most companies, but there's a whole host of ancillary services, different platforms, different integrations and products that need to go on top of that to make a successful agency. And TEC Solutions is aiming to bring together those platforms together and provide a holistic solution to companies. So our sales team is going to be out there exhibiting and working hard to put together these packages on behalf of the partners that we have.
Excellent. Cris, can you tell us a little bit about the relationship between the organizations and how that's coming together?
Yeah, actually, we have for the relationship, the personal relationship with Latitude and TEC goes back many, many years. A lot of TEC Services customers are joint customers. Our customers have hired TEC to do implementations of their Latitude, maybe some custom development on top of the Latitude platform. But we formalized the relationship back in 2019 in a partnership agreement with TEC. And I had always told Tom Sweat, the president of TEC, hey, if you guys are ever interested in repping Latitude, I would really like to have that conversation. And Tom was like, back in 2019 wasn't the right time. Well, Jon and I were at the ACA Fall Forum. Jon approached me and said, hey, we're kicking this off. We've got a lot of excitement going on. And we started talking about this. And just over since the new year, a lot of pieces fell right into place, very serendipitously, if I might add. And it turned out to be a perfect solution right at the perfect time. So we couldn't be more pleased about it. When you're a small software entity within a much larger software company, it's really important to make sure that you're counting on all the aspects of your business. So we've got our R&D, rock solid. We've got our cloud operations, our product team, our support team. That's where the bulk of our employees are. But we still need to sell the software. We need to be out there telling our story to new potential customers. And by expanding the relationship with TEC and having more guys like Jon out on the street and exposing what Latitude can do for customers in the collections industry is only positives. And so we couldn't be more pleased about it right now and excited about this upcoming year and kicking it off at the RMAI in a couple of weeks.
Well, we're definitely excited to see all of this start to come together. And I think I kind of have an idea as to how this is going to play out. But help me understand, or help the audience better understand how this adds so much additional value for a new client that's onboarding onto Latitude. So having the opportunity of kind of working across both organizations for a new client that's coming on, how is this partnership improving that customer experience?
Yeah, it's a great question, Adam, and I'll take a stab at it, and I'm sure Cris will hop in. I think it spans beyond even just Latitude, right? Companies who are looking at their holistic company as a whole from an IT services standpoint are looking at anything from compliance to cost savings to operational efficiencies and so on. And that's where the story starts. And so a lot of times TEC is involved with companies at that part of their organization. We work with them either through prior relationships or even as a consulting opportunity to help them organize their thoughts around what the heck they should do, whether they're on a legacy platform or they're looking to bring together new and innovative solutions together. And so when we are engaged in that opportunity, there's a lot of discussion around what is the next step. And so Latitude is a premier partner. We're excited to start there, but we're not going to end there. We are looking to provide other platforms and other solutions in addition to that through our sales efforts. And when companies have a need, we will organize the platform for them. We'll help them organize all the ancillary services that they need. For instance, dialer or payment services or letter solutions or analytics and voice AI, things like that come together underneath the platform. And I think the user experience in that case can come to one trusted partner to get not only the consultative approach, but the platform and the services together in a single package, and it just provides even more value right from day one.
It sounds like both of you guys are different parts of the same cornerstone, right? And so, when you talk about TEC, that side of the cornerstone is about being able to engage all of these different pieces and bring them back and consolidate and manage them. But in some instances, or in a lot of these instances, you're going to be managing that process using Latitude as that hub and spoke, right? You have all these different spokes for all these different things, but Latitude as a system of record becomes that hub that sits in the center. So I think that's an interesting dynamic between the organizations, very complementary between two companies.
It really is. I'll tell you, I don't know that many people know this, but we have 43 different vendors integrated into Latitude already. And when we are selling direct to a potential customer, I would say at least 30 to 35% of the conversation is about those other entities that are integrated to Latitude. So we're trying to sell the customer on what Latitude can do for them, but all those other things that are connected is what really provides the value. But at our level, we sometimes, we're pretty agnostic. We don't necessarily know, because we're not on the ground using these vendors every single day. We aren't in the position to really recommend what the exact right solution might be for a particular customer. It's not going to be the same for every single customer. So having a company like TEC to go in there and sort of assess fully what the customer might need, for whatever collections type of organization, whether it's a debt buyer, third party, or it's a creditor, and assess and say, okay, hi, we're gonna add Latitude, we're gonna add this vendor here, we're gonna add this vendor that does this, we're gonna put it all together, bring the professional services that may be needed. I mean, that's really exciting. I'm excited for Jon and TEC. Those guys have the ability to really package a full solution. That's exciting.
Yeah, thank you, Chris. And I think that's a good point too, is our professional services team has always been providing those level of integration services and professional services along the way. So this just gives us even more opportunity to be at the ground level to help structure the solution and then implement it appropriately and in a economical way for the client. So we're going to see how this goes. We're excited to launch it, and we're excited to partner up with Latitude as our first reseller agreement there.
That's fantastic. As we look about this and we start thinking about, kind of the big rollout of all of this information and the opportunity to chat with everybody at RMAI, what should the industry at large expect from you guys at RMAI this year?
Yeah, we are excited to announce that we will have Lacey Coleman, who was one of the top executives at Latitude Software, representing TEC Services and TEC Solutions at RMAI. She will be in the Latitude booth, working on behalf of Latitude and helping talk about that solution. But also, she'll be in the TEC Services Group booth. And we're both sponsoring the event. We're excited to be there, and I think a lot of great discussions will be had. So we're excited to have Lacey join us and come talk to her.
Very exciting. Always a pleasure to see Lacey. Love working with her through the years. Well, we very much appreciate you coming on today. A very exciting time for both Latitude by Genesys and TEC Services Group. I'm very excited about the opportunity to continue and to grow the opportunity working with you guys in 2023. Creating operations out of the technical expertise that you've developed through the years, and I think that's exciting for the entire industry. For those of you that are watching, if you have additional questions that you'd like to ask Chris, Jon, or myself, you can leave those in the comments below on LinkedIn and YouTube. We'll be happy to respond to those. If you have additional topics you'd like to see us cover, you can leave those in the comments below as well. But until next time, guys, I'll see you in like 2 weeks in Las Vegas. Thank you very much for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you.
Thank you.